Siamo ragazzi, Starfield Direct, vai, Direct, 0 secondi, dai, si parte, si entra dentro, dai.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and
Ciao,
welcome
bello
to
mio.
Bethesda Game Studios.
Bello mio.
You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here. And that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do. And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
Cominciamo, vediamo.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years.
Madonna mia, ma
But it's
così?
still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world
Bellissimo.
and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours.
Madonna.
And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet, to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds.
Bellissimo, raga, ma che
That
cazzo stiamo
isn't just a
parlando?
backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy.
Cioè, qua ci
around
vuole un computer della NASA, ragazzi. Un computer. Le PlayStation esplodono. Console esplode tutto.
To light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system.
Ma ci spiegano un po' la roba,
And of
vediamo.
course,
Un po'
you
di
can play it
gameplay
in third
finalmente.
person, and you can play it in first person.
Bello anche in prima persona.
We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Miniera abbandonata? Oddio. Madonna, bellissimo, raga. Questo è un P90, raga. Ma era bello se era anche in multiplayer, ragazzi. Ancora non lo sappiamo, io spero che sia. Ah, ok, vabbè,
We
loot.
do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can view all that in
Madonna.
your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions,
Abilità, nave,
and your
missione e
inventory.
inventario.
We love to
Madonna.
pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits.
Madonna, ma là, ma
food.
cazzo,
We
uno si
just
diverte
obsess over
qua.
the details and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name.
Madonna. Bello. Capitano Danny ti chiamerà, Capitano Danny CT.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource-heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses
Ma che
your
cazzo
ship's
siete
gravity
pazzi? Ma
to
veramente
fill
avete
space
fatto una cosa
and
del
jump to these
genere?
systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now,
LOL,
to the
ragazzi,
Centauri
ma
system,
state
where we can find
scherzando?
the city of New Atlantis.
Ci dobbiamo migliorare la nave per andare in quelli più lontani. Sto gioco è enorme. Ma che cazzo avete cercato? L'Alfa Centauri, ma stiamo scherzando?
Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Cioè ragazzi, si deve migliorare la nave per andare in un'altra galassia, perché allora la nave si rompe oppure non ci puoi andare. Quindi devi prendere risorse in nei pianeti che puoi andare. E che risorse ci vogliono? Madonna. Bellissimo.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a colony war memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Matteo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Ragazzi, ma veramente.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The settled systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover. The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies.
Ah, ogni mondo c'ha la sua
Beyond the United
civiltà.
Colonies reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space.
Qua tipo stile cowboy, ragazzi, tipo nel Far West, bella.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Tipo il Far West.
Started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout
Cyberpunk,
the solar
qua,
system
ragazzi.
as a pleasure city where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before.
Ogni cosa
It's all
cambia.
there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation
Bello,
system.
sistema di
We scanned a wide
creazione.
range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Ah. Bello.
Hey,
Ancora
come
abbiamo
on.
voglia.
Come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
Ah, e ti fa creare il personaggio.
You start your
Bello.
character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings, it's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in.
Ah, ti dice le classi, ragazzi. Oh mio Dio, ma che cazzo?
You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
Madonna ragazzi, 4 ore di gioco solo per fare il personaggio e scegliere la classe, sicuro. Sicuro, raga.
Suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew, and he'll give you gifts, if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Lol.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used
sistema
to
di livelli,
unlock
ragazzi,
or rank
di
up
abilità, eccetera. Madonna mia.
Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult
c'è
as you work your way
la
to higher
forza.
ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill,
Social,
there's a lot to
combat,
choose from.
scienza,
I like the
tecnologia,
xenosociology
madonna mia.
skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing
Bellissimo.
everywhere.
Questo
I
è
like
bello
maxing
anche.
out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
Bello!
That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player.
C'è la furtività
They're
anche.
pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits.
Fine,
Ah,
I'll issue you an
puoi,
access card.
puoi risolvere anche a parole.
I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
Il modo di giocare te lo devi creare tu. Il modo di giocare te lo devi scegliere tu, ragazzi. Bellissima sta cosa.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources.
Cioè, ragazzi, hanno studiato i dati della NASA. I dati della NASA per creare questo gioco, ma voi vi rendete conto?
To the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there.
Possiamo abbordare anche le navi e vedere tutti i relitti che ci sono. Bello.
The surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Le navi come li vuoi tu?
Is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be
qua stanno spiegando le navi che poi fatti.
You can buy a
Madonna.
ship. I'm sure you can find something you like. Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports.
Madonna, raga, ma cioè vi state rendendo
Every
conto? Vi
spaceport
state
has a ship
rendendo conto?
technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships. Anything I can help you with? Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's
Ti puoi fare la nave tu, ragazzi, ma vi rende bellissima sta cosa. No, ragazzi, è un giocone. Se è così è un giocone. Se è così è un giocone, raga, ma dove lo prendete più un gioco così?
Don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
Ragazzi, sto rimanendo scioccato veramente.
Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it.
No.
Where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
No, questo si è fatto i robot.
The way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines.
Ognuno ha le proprie abilità, buono, bello sta cosa.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a human
robot della NASA, raga.
The limbs.
Robot della
This tends to
NASA.
make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the grav drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump.
Buona mia, oh. Anche di come si deve comportare la nave. Se li puoi dare più velocità, meno.
Weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
Ora gli ha dato tipo velocità e forza per sparare.
Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
Ah, gli sta abbassando la velocità, lo sta hackerando.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap.
Gli passi e te li prendi.
But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and
ah, si può anche abbordare. Bello, si può anche abbordare. Non sapevo che si poteva abbordare anche, bello. Non sapevo.
Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life.
Potete prendere anche la nave di loro. Dei nemici, ragazzi, e la potete usare.
On the way to your next adventure.
C'è pazzesco, ragazzi.
Massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars.
LOL.
There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all these sandwiches and put them, you know, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures.
Then, realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to
No,
leave Earth.
quindi la storia
That
cambia.
DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit.
1000 pianeti, raga!
We want you to feel like explorers.
1000 pianeti!
Exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to
Cioè, sto gioco, ragazzi, fra 10 anni ancora lo devi esplorare. E sono pochi.
A little fear. We're giving you a
Madonna.
massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is a
lo
watch
voglio.
that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information, and we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care in designing this case as we did the watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, NATO strap, and
Bello, lo voglio, ragazzi.
the believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome, and now, you know, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
Bello. Bello, raga.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Boom. Vai così. Però non hanno detto se si potrà giocare online, in coop. È un gioco free to play allora. Free to play, scusate, single player.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built
Possiamo
almost
creare anche il
anywhere
campo
on any
base,
planet.
l'avamposto.
And the habitat
No,
modules
vabbè,
come in
raga.
all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is.
Vabbè,
and then when you're
raga,
on your
ma che
feet,
cazzo di
you
gioco
can
hanno
really
fatto? Ma
decorate and
veramente,
fine-tune
dai.
things much easier.
Add crafting and research stations in your outposts to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
Bello.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat.
Ah, cambia la gravità in ogni pianeta che vai. Buono, bella. Come la... come la realtà, tra virgolette.
Zero gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards.
Oh mio Dio.
Energy
Anche...
weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
Quindi ragazzi, in pianeta che vai ti devi cercare le armi giuste, perché loro avranno un rinculo, perché la gravità ovviamente cambia.
Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious
Madonna, ma veramente.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger.
Il minigun.
Starfield's got you covered.
Madonna, quante armi ti puoi portare.
Thanks again for being
E
with
chi
us
era
today.
questo
We are
che
just
usa
so
ora
grateful
la
that
tipo
you've taken the
magia?
time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
Mode to take rock star photos.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships, audio design, planets,
The day-night cycle, those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration,
Freedom.
the ending.
I laugh, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Complimenti. Cioè, raga, non... Io non so che dire. Cioè, abbiamo, se lo preordiniamo abbiamo 5 secondi prima, 5 giorni prima dell'uscita anticipata, buono. Cioè, raga, io finisco qua il video, non, sincero ragazzi, non so cosa dire. Cioè, mi ha lasciato senza parole. L'Xbox Game Showcase è stato bello, si sono visti tanti giochi, a parte Howard, Payday 3 e Fable, gli altri giochi, tra virgolette, sono stati un po' che a me non piacciono. Poi grazie a voi sì, a me non mi sono piaciuti, non mi hanno dato quella sensazione di un bel gioco oppure di farvelo vedere, sinceramente. Ma quello che è Starfield, ragazzi, di come si è presentato e come hanno fatto capire tutto in 40 ore, penso sia sì, 40 ore, 45, quelli che sono, e come ci hanno fatto spiegare, hanno spiegato loro di quello che ora sappiamo, perché finalmente sappiamo che gioco è. È un gioco sicuro in single player dove ci sono mille, hanno detto mille mondi, tra cui la galassia o le galassie, tra cui possiamo personalizzare il personaggio, possiamo personalizzare la nave, la potete fare come volete a vostra immagine, potete fare una macchina, tra virgolette, anche gli animali hanno fatto vedere che fanno, robot, eccetera. C'è un meccanismo di abilità, come ho detto, talenti, possiamo prendere, sì, possiamo equipaggiare la nostra nave con dei player del gioco e farli venire con noi. Possiamo vedere le abilità che hanno loro, possono venire con noi in missione. Possiamo parlare in ogni modo, ragazzi. Ci sono guerre navali nello spazio. Cioè, ragazzi, c'è di tutto e di più in questo coso. Se non ti potenzi la nave, ragazzi, non puoi andare tipo in una galassia perché allora non forse neanche ti fa partire prima che non te la potenzi perché la nave non ce la fa ad arrivare in quel punto. C'è un mondo da esplorare, ragazzi, caverne da conquistare, loot da fare, navi da abbordare, li puoi sia abbordare che distruggere direttamente, ti dai il loot, puoi uccidere se vuoi, se ti porti un amico con te in missione, puoi decidere se ucciderlo, farlo venire con te, ti puoi personalizzare il personaggio, le armi, cioè ragazzi c'è di tutto e di più, c'è pazzesco, non sincero ragazzi, è un gioco, tra virgolette, l'abbiamo viste di cose ragazzi, però io penso che Starfield è il primo gioco che non si è mai visto una cosa del genere. Cioè, sia che nello spazio e sia anche normale come gioco, perché puoi scegliere quello che vuoi tu, puoi giocarlo come vuoi tu, la storia cambia in base alle scelte che fai e questo l'abbiamo visto, però la storia sempre può cambiare, puoi farti un mondo prima di un altro, puoi sceglierti là se vuoi giocare di furtivo, se puoi giocare solo con combat system a pugni, oppure sparare. Cioè, ragazzi, te lo puoi fare come vuoi tu. Cioè, cambia, le armi e il rinculo cambiano in base alla gravità che c'è nel mondo. Se nel mondo c'è zero di gravità, un'arma non al laser ha più rinculo. Invece un'arma al laser ha meno rinculo, quindi i colpi infliggono meglio. Quindi devi capire che armi portare, in quale mondo stai andando, che gravità c'è, scegliere le armi. Cioè, ragazzi, c'è di tutto e di più. Io sono rimasto scioccato veramente da questo gioco. Io, ragazzi, veramente il 6 settembre mi butto qui e non esco più. Se li merita tutti, ragazzi. Se lo merita tutto. E veramente, io spero che il gioco sia così e quando lo prendiamo c'ha problemi e cose. Io spero di no. Ma se il gioco è così, si merita, ragazzi, un 10 su 10. Già lo sto dicendo ora, ragazzi, e non ho giocato solo con la presentazione che hanno fatto di quello che ora sappiamo noi di che cosa è Starfield, perché noi non lo sapevamo prima. Si merita un 10 su 10. Detto questo, ragazzi, scrivetemi nei commenti cosa pensate voi di questo gioco, cosa ne pensate veramente, se a voi vi piace, ma non penso che non vi piace, che cosa avete capito ancora di più, cosa vi è piaciuto di più in questo Starfield Direct, fatemelo sapere nei commenti. Io ragazzi vi saluto, Iscrivetevi al canale, ragazzi, che mi aiuterete tantissimo, ragazzi, anche a portare questa serie. Restate sintonizzati, attivate le notifiche, commentate, condividete a tutti, amici, parenti e nonni e tutto quello che volete voi, anche agli animali. Io dal vostro DNCT è tutto. Un bacione, un abbraccio, ciao a tutti, ragazzi.